This is my grandfather Walter, and he likes to read Reddit stories.
Hi everyone, I made a post earlier but it was more of a rant, so I deleted it as it was pretty incoherent. I feel sick. My husband gets a salary from his dad's company but has been trying to make his own money by trading on the stock market. I don't work per his request. I don't know how much money he has lost in the past 4 years. We've been married, but probably close to $1 million by now. This is an approximation as we aren't in the US. I pretty much hold the view that his money is his money, and I can't really dictate what he does with it as he is rich and I am not. It's his family money, so I never felt it was my place to say what he should do. Plus, he's an adult, but now I don't understand what is happening. When he first started and was losing money, he found every reason under the sun to blame me. I don't let him concentrate. I take up his time. I wanted to leave the house at least once a week, and this is too much. I start arguments, so he gets in a bad mood. I'm in the living room with him so he can't concentrate. I'm in the bedroom sleeping and he's conscious I'm there. I make noises in the kitchen which makes him lose focus. I realized after 3 miserable years of feeling like a total waste of a person that it was all lies. I started to just ignore his comments and rants because I found if I didn't reply, then they wouldn't escalate. I still believed it was mostly my fault though. I believed him when he said that if he hadn't met me he'd be rich and successful. I felt selfish for staying with him for my own benefit because I love him when I'm clearly ruining his life. However, last month I went to my home country to see my family and I was gone for 3 weeks. He borrowed $30,000 from his parents, they are wealthy, to trade on the stock market, saying that because I was away he would be able to make money from it. Well, you guessed it. Within 4 days of me being away he lost it all without telling me. And you guessed it. When I came back he blamed me. He said me texting him during my trip caused him to lose concentration, even though I said turn off my notifications. Despite the time difference, meaning we only had a short window of about 4 hours where we were both awake. His blame made me physically sick, and made me realize how much bullshit he talks, because even when I was gone, he miraculously still couldn't make money on the stock market. Me feeling like a human waste of space for 3 years was for nothing. Anyway, since then, things have gone from bad to fricking awful. Our washing machine broke, so he had to buy a new one. He likes nice things, so he obviously had to buy a fancy one for $2,000. Then couldn't pay the bill, so he sold his car. What the entire frick. I told him if he sold his car, he would need a plan because at this rate the money would just be gone. He didn't listen. Thankfully, he paid the debt, but the same day the money his bank account it dwindled from $15,000 to $5,000, and now 4 days later, it's dwindled to nothing. We had a fight this morning because I was exasperated by his bad trading. He came to me and said, "It isn't going well today either," and I just replied with a brisk, "Okay," to indicate I didn't really want to talk about it. With that he said I'm a bad person and he's so disappointed that I'm not supporting him and that I showed my true colours. No amount of apologising from me made a difference, so we spent the day in separate rooms. Then this evening I tentatively started talking to him again. He was mostly blunt, unresponsive, but slowly started to warm up. Then he told me he lost the rest of the money and I just started crying. When the next sentence left his mouth, I just left the room. Of course, he's blaming me. You decided I have a gambling addiction, so that's what happened today? Right, never mind the morning when you were already losing, or yesterday, or last week, last month, last year. Okay, my fault we had a fight, so he was in a bad frame of mind, so he threw our $5,000 away. Makes sense. I feel so stupid and fooled by this man. I gave him years of my life. I supported him through years of, yes, I will say it, gambling addiction. How is losing money every day? Not a gambling addiction. I didn't decide it. You did because you consistently throw our future away. I have had to listen to you crash around for 3 years, punching the sofa, slamming your hand on the counter. I now jump at the slightest noise because I suspect I have PTSD from hearing your violence. But I still love you, I care for you, and open my heart to you, believe in you and support you. Don't show my sadness and put on a smile for you. And you still have the audacity get mad at me for just existing in your vicinity. He lost all the money. Why am I still not allowed to be upset? Why? Am I the idiot? I feel so broken, alone, worthless. I'm so sorry for this stupid post, which is a rambling, incoherent mess again. I'm sorry, edit to clarify, he is trading leveraged CFDs. Sorry for the confusion. Now for the next story. So there's obviously a lot more nuances than what I can possibly share in a single post. But here it goes. I have a much younger brother who is now a grown man. He's about 6 feet tall and very muscular. My husband is old enough to be his dad, is 5 feet 5 inches and 150 pounds. We've also gotten along just fine. When my brother was little, we would even take him places like he was our son. We all went to a ball game this weekend, multiple family members. It was hot outside. We were all sweating. My husband made what he thought was a joke that my brother looked like he was lactating due to all his sweat. That's when my brother went off the deep end. Right in front of our son, he stands up, tells him to shut the asterisk up, and that he should slap him, kick his ass, then made a gesture like he was going to punch him. Son saw it all. We were shocked and didn't want to cause a scene, so we just kind of laughed it off. I slept on it and decided I was very upset and texted my brother that if that happens again, there will be issues. He apologized for doing that in front of his nephew, but still threatened towards my husband, wants to put him in a headlock, and he better shut the asterisk up. I texted my mum and told her what was going on. She immediately defended my brother, saying I don't know what he's going through, and that my husband probably egged it on. This was after I told her he only said one sentence. Some backstory with her. We live a 3-minute drive from her since my son was born, and she's only ever once asked to see her grandson. She'll only ever see him during holidays, celebrations. So I told her to asterisk off along with my brother for condoning that behaviour, then blocked them. So am I the idiot? Edit typo. Now here are the comments. Comment 1. Info. How often does your husband insult your brother under the guise of humour? Because it sounds like your husband is a shithead too, and you're making excuses for him. Why is it okay for your husband to insult people in front of your son if you're so worried about the behaviour your child witnesses? Comment 2. Everyone sucks here. Why is it appropriate for your husband to make a joke about your brother lactating in front of your child? He shouldn't have threatened your husband, but your husband started talking poop and apparently didn't expect your brother to stand up for himself. The bullied kid eventually kicks back. Comment 3. Everyone sucks here, husband and brother. Your husband made a poor attempt at an inappropriate joke, also in front of your child. And while your brother shouldn't have actually threatened anyone, especially in front of a little kid, I can see why that would upset him. Editor typo. Now for the next story. I, a 25-year-old female, left the father of my children almost a year ago because he cheated on me. He then married the woman he cheated with. I have been observing the situation unfold and staying silent. A friend of his informed the woman about me and everything that occurred in our relationship, including his infidelity with her. That person also gave my contact information to this woman. Keep in mind that I was just observing and had no intention or desire to speak to her. If it were up to me, she would have lived her life without knowing I existed. Anyway, she called me and pleaded with me to confirm the cheating allegations because she does not want to be labelled a homewrecker. I told her to go talk to her husband because I should not be involved, and I do not want to be. She claimed that he is lying to her and denying the truth. She begged me to confirm the date we broke up, so I told her. She asked me to send photos of us together until 2022 when we broke up, because they began dating in 2021. Thus, I shared a Google Photos link with her for her to see. In one of the photos, he was with me at a Christmas party in 2021, and he had told me he needed to leave to attend to a customer. I agreed, only to find out later that he left to be with her, wearing the same clothes on the same night. She stated that she plans to file for divorce and apologized. This man did not even inform the woman that he has children. Now he is calling me, accusing me of ruining his life. All I did was tell the truth, which he should have done. He is a liar and a cheater and deserves to be exposed. I am editing this post to answer 2 recurring questions. 1. How did he hide the kids? The children live with me. He occasionally sends money for them but does not answer calls or visit. I did not know that she was unaware of the children either. I found out when she contacted me. She mentioned that she had no knowledge of them, but his friend informed her about their names and everything. 2. Why didn't you approach the woman? I initially believed that the woman knew about me, so I had no intention of approaching her and saying, "He is cheating on you with me. I was his wife until I discovered you." No, I was planning to confront her because I believed she knew. However, I was advised against it. They told me that I would have done more harm than good. Therefore, I refrained from approaching her as I would not have handled it properly. Now, here are the comments. Comment 1. Not the idiot. I had an ex who started dating this girl about a year after we broke up. Then, a guy messaged me, asking if I knew my ex and his new girlfriend. I told him yes and honestly answered his questions about their sexual relationship and how long they had been together. In response, he informed me that he had been dating her for 3 years and they were still together. My ex then messaged me, calling the guy a liar and accusing me of being stupid for believing him, ultimately blocking me. All I did was answer this random guy's questions and suddenly I was the bad guy. Comment 2. Not the idiot. He is now facing the consequences of his actions. Your honesty probably saved his soon-to-be second ex-wife from going through what you experienced. Your ex is truly despicable. He cheated on his wife, hid the fact that he was married from his new wife, and never mentioned that he had children. Seriously. It was only a matter of time before the truth came out. Comment 3. Well, dude, you ruined my life when you cheated on me, especially with someone you initially failed to disclose that you had kids. Do you even understand how difficult it is to raise children in a separated household? The truth is painful, and it seems like your wife is a decent person who probably deserves better. Now for the next story. I, 28-year-old female, haven't jumped to the conclusion I will be a bridesmaid for my sister who just got engaged, but if she asks me, I will say yes. My boyfriend, 32-year-old male, isn't close with the groom-to-be, so we both know he won't be a groomsman. Upon hearing the engagement news, I asked him if he would be okay with me going on the bachelorette party if there is one, and he immediately said if it's to a strip club /Vegas /out of state, he wouldn't want me to go. He's always been protective of me, like not letting my best friend pick me up for rides when we plan to hang out because he doesn't trust her driving, etc. I don't drive and he takes me to work and everywhere I need to go, but it's basically to and from work, errands, and occasionally seeing our friends and family. Maybe twice a month, and I'm very grateful for that. But I feel bad and I don't mind my best friend driving because I've never felt unsafe. He also thought about the potential seating arrangements on his own time and voiced his concerns to me. He worried we wouldn't be able to sit together, and he thought it would be weird to go to a wedding and not be able to sit with me because I could be a bridesmaid. He legit said if that was the case, he would just not go leave. I told him I've been to weddings before where my ex-significant other was a groomsman and I didn't sit with him. I sat with the other bridal groomsman party plus ones at our own table where they would come check on us, say hi. The wedding isn't until next year. I doubt my sister has started planning yet, but should I ask her about how she wants to do her seating arrangements, ask her if there's a way I can sit with my boyfriend? What should I do if she wants us to sit separate? TLDR, if my boyfriend can't sit with me at my sister's wedding, if I'm a bridesmaid, he will not come leave the wedding event. What should I do if my sister asks us to sit at separate tables? Comment 1. Girl, go back and read what you wrote. Pretend your best friend wrote it, describing her relationship with her boyfriend. What would you feel about this? What would you tell her? He is not being protective of you. He is being controlling. And even if you don't think of it as controlling in a more straightforward, obvious, I won't allow you to do such and such way, he is controlling you in a manipulative way. He's adjusted, hidden his behavior and tactics to get his way. He's figured out what works to get you to believe he is just so loving and protective, and to feel sympathy for him, for his past trauma, all to get you to alter your behavior to suit him. The smallest thing and he's having issues with it. He can't sit at a separate table for a few hours one night. That's crazy talk. And not wanting you to attend your sister's bachelorette party? Come on now. Ridiculous. What about a regular weekend away with your friends? How does he feel about that? How does he feel when you meet friends without him for dinner, for drinks, for shopping, for whatever? I'm willing to bet you don't do these things anymore because of him. Comment 2. He's always been protective of me, like not letting my best friend pick me up for rides when we plan to hang out because he doesn't trust her driving, etc. That's not protective. That's controlling. You're an adult, and if you want your friend to pick you up or go to the bachelorette party, regardless of where it is, he's allowed to have an opinion, but ultimately it's your choice. Comment 3. If it was a friend's wedding who boyfriend doesn't know very well, I'd agree with him. But for your sister's wedding, he should be willing to go regardless and try to socialize a bit. Everything else is a bit concerning, actually. You don't need his permission to go anywhere you want, and in a functioning relationship, he should trust you to behave. If you like this video, you'll probably like these too. Also, while you're here, please consider subscribing. It's your support that keeps this channel alive. and allows me to make better and longer videos. Have a great day.